go over and go to the agenda for today, like email, and also last meeting, June 6th, I think, minutes. First item on the agenda is the approval of June 6 minutes. I would entertain a motion if those minutes be approved. Ms. Sturgis, makes the motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Sheriff Myro seconds. Any questions or discussions about the minutes? There being none, all those in favor of approving those minutes say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. The motion carries. The second item on the agenda are routine matters. Number 2 would be director's report. Abby.
For project income, we have $124,350. And for CTP, we have $24,600, and that is the last report to the state in August. We have about 35 people on electronic monitoring, so our numbers are increasing slowly, but they are increasing. So I guess things are going well.
What have any questions about?
Yes, we have 2 on the early, so they're counted at number.
Do we keep track of the number of people that you do the pre-trial risk assessment for? People may not be aware of that because that is something of a burden for you.
Yeah, so every morning, somebody from community corrections goes over to the jail, Bill, or the sheriff, and accommodates us to do a pretrial risk assessment when somebody's been arrested on any type of misdemeanor or felony. And then we write up a report and you file it for the judges to review on bond. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but when I did it in June, we were, gosh, what was it, like 200 and some risk assessments when I had it for the council meeting. So I don't know what that number is right now, but I can have it for you in December.
I just wonder, because I know that is pretty ball free. We have to have one of those things that's required. It doesn't come with funding, it just falls on the hands.
Is that up, down?
It's been down for a couple of years now, ever since COVID. We have, I think, 2 on right now, and he's got 1 or 2 more in the pipeline. Honestly, it fluctuates because we'll accept somebody and then they'll get a time cut that the OC didn't account for, and then they'll take them off of eligibility for CTP. So it kind of, it's up and down flow right now.
CTP, if you don't know, is folks in prison who are released a little early. Usually it's about 3 months, 2 or 3 months. We put on home detention in their home county just to start them off. A lot of them don't qualify due to the nature of the offense they committed. Some don't qualify because they don't come back to their home community. And we don't monitor away from Gator County, so some of those gets turned down. The state does pay quite a bit for the monthly fees, the home detention, the bracelets. So that's the money maker for the county. It's state paid, but we have them. Takes a lot to qualify. Some of these, we don't monitor sex offenders, violent offenders, people that have to monitor more things. Say no. All victim prize. Victim that we don't like it look good to have them out on detention early from the prison sentence, and then we don't. I don't know what exactly Bailey does, but it's kind of, I look at it, there's no set criteria, but any corrections, they will notify us in writing what they think. If they're unwilling to monitor those folks, and typically I follow suit with them.
In victim cases, do we contact the victims and ask?
Not if they're okay with it, no, but if they come out on the program, anytime they get them on detention with an equal monitor on, the victim's notified. And that's part of the Bill 9. We have to provide by.
CTP, is it still, if they are coming out to a homeless situation or coming out to a sober living, for those
If they're,
Automatic knows or not?
if they're coming out to sober living in Decatur County, we will take them as long as they meet the other criteria. If they don't live in a sober living facility and they are gonna be homeless or couch surfing, then no, we don't take them. But that's already in the DOC paperwork. DOC finds the placement before contacting us, and then Dustin verifies that the person can live wherever they requested, because sometimes the answer is no.
I'm gonna stay with grandma, ASAP.
Yeah, there's more.
It does. And it's probably less than 50% that eligible actually come back to the community. It's good. I mean, the idea behind it's good. It's a step down and you are out of prison, but you're still being monitored, still you can get a little bit of freedom instead of all your freedom at once. So it's a good idea, but it just takes a lot to coordinate it. And it is, again, we've got money in this account because of it. Yeah, are we restricted as to what that money can be done? Useful.
Whenever we've used it, we've transferred it into the shortfalls.
Any other questions about the reports? I'm going to skip over the next meeting for just a second. Get an update on statewide funding cuts. After that,
Well, we were at a conference about 6 weeks ago and pretty much pinned the DOC director down, and 5 million more cuts are coming next year. I can only help but think that unfortunately it's probably going to come at the expense of the community corrections grants statewide. So stay tuned.
They've cut everything. They've cut probation, they've cut pretrial diversion, they've cut
Jail treatment.
jail treatment, pretrial services, they've cut everything they could cut without touching community corrections. So
They've got parole got a raise, state police got a raise, but it seems that community corrections is important enough, I guess, that they're willing to continue to cut statewide. It's maddening, to be honest with you. Yeah, we'll see.
questions about that? So the only other item I have on the agenda is the next meeting, which is December 5 at noon. Anybody else have anything they'd like to bring up? We're all here.
Vehicle discussion on there, Judge.
I added the
I was,
last minute.
that was probably, yeah.
There's only one. I don't have the updated one. What's that?
Previously, in 2017, we had purchased a Ford Escape, which works well, and even to potentially do a road crew, transport people, basically used when we need. It's gotten to where it's not usable anymore, to the point of what we can have it. I'm in the process of getting the graphics taken off of it. Just a quick story here. Drove up on Southeastern Indiana, Southeastern Avenue, to a conference about 2 months ago, and had some people pull up next to him and flip him off and give him a dirty look and whatever. But it's just to where having those graphics on there with the court services, law enforcement doesn't have to deal with that. We do. So we're gonna at least take the graphics off. So where we can feel like we could drive safely somewhere in the state. But as I said, that vehicle's not practical anymore. It's a 17. We bought it new with only 30,000 miles. We are wanting, and I guess this could be an approval to explore potentially getting rid of that and getting something else that might be more practical for the department to use, whereas the minivan isn't. It's what we're wanting to explore and do.
What would we word our motion for as far as exploring or doing?
It would be okay to potentially move on, and then we could communicate with you as the chair, and I feel that it's a good move, Meg, if we can get something for the right price,
So we would be dealing with trading it, selling it.
potentially, and then replacing. And that would take money out of project income, so we're not gonna get into something that's a bad fit, so to speak, but just a vehicle that's more practical for what we need.
The motion say that we are going to explore the
Yeah.
replacement of the Or we may passenger van that have,
Yeah,
move or something more practical.
I would, yeah,
Then we come back to a final vote, once you determine what that might be.
potentially, yeah. I don't know when we, how fast it moves when we get December. With the chair's blessing, I assume that could work if the group approves. The chair signs off on it. Everybody's okay with that?
You got us.
What are you looking to replace them with?
Small truck with a cover on the back, Ford Maverick, maybe Colorado, stripped down, nothing but bells and whistles, but something like that.
Black truck or
Because Ford Maverick's like $30,000. Like, be like purple. We just want to explore it, that's.
what's the heating on that? Or it's not a gallon. Versus like a sedan. I mean, thinking about Honda Civic or a Ford or something, I think the prices be similar, but your miles per gallon is probably 10 or 12 miles per gallon better in a passenger car.
We want to. Want to get it.
Would this be used for like field visits too? So you guys are gonna be in their gear and all that? Yeah, I would definitely say I wouldn't go with like a Civic. I mean, just getting it out of smaller cars, hard to best.
I think part of it is we've got some little communities, some people in the rural counties too, so, I think luckily Mike didn't have too many problems last year at the Green Go, but I know some people had issues in the state when they tried to go out. So we need something that, and I don't know, the Ford Maverick, that makes cars are not my thing, but, we need something that can only, whatever, be in the county in winter.
So I guess, Judge, probably the motion would be to explore it. Always since we email out, people can chime in, I see. What they think.
You guys have access to Sourcewell?
Not that
It's the approved state bid. Vehicle, stuff like that. You guys,
Yeah, we did go through when we got to Durango, so potentially, Bill, if we could get with you on something like that in the city. Okay. Yeah,
you may be able to find a better price that way than going through a dealership.
certainly. We're open to anything. I want to explore it, because that van just does not make sense anymore. I didn't want it when we got it, but it got it.
Well, so let's make the motion, David, we will allow new corrections to explore replacing their existing van with a more suitable vehicle. And then if they come up with something, I still think we can get a special session and
Okay,
one, email everyone, get everyone 2 cents. I don't think that's unreasonable. Okay, sure. And the motion would be today to explore the. Fix that again.
I'll make that move.
Mike, 1 second.
I'll say.
Tony seconds. Further discussion, question about it? Bill? Okay, so there are no further questions or discussion. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Thank you.
So just to explore. Yep. All right. So that is everything on the given. I'll put something else put on there that I didn't know about. So I entertain a motion to adjourn.
so maybe.
By Matt, and second. I'll second by Mike.
Absolutely.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None. Motion carries. I smell pizza.
Yeah.
Get on them.
One,